Deep in the heart of New Jersey lies the Pine Barrens, over 1 million acres of thick forest, sandy soil, and eerie silence. On the surface, it looks like any other wilderness, but locals will tell you that once the sun goes down, the woods transform into something else, something alive. For over 250 years, people have sworn that a winged beast stalks these trees. They describe it as part horse, part bat, with hooves that clatter against rooftops, glowing red eyes that cut through the dark, and a scream so terrifying it makes your blood run cold. Travelers have seen it dart across moonlit roads. Farmers have found their livestock drained and mutilated, and entire towns have locked their doors in fear. This isn't just a campfire story. This is the legend of the Jersey Devil, America's most infamous monster. And tonight, we're diving deep into the origins, the chaos, and the terrifying reality of the devil in the pines. The story begins in the 1700s with a woman known only as Mother Leeds, a poor and exhausted mother already burdened with 12 children. When she found out she was pregnant again, frustration and despair overwhelmed her. According to legend, she cursed her unborn child, crying out, "Let this one be the devil." On a stormy night, she gave birth to her 13th baby. First, it looked human, but within moments, the infant began to twist and change. Its skin turned leathery, horns pushed out from its head, wings tore from its back. Its tiny feet warped into hooves, and a forked tail lashed out behind it. The creature let out a blood-curdling scream, beat its massive wings, and shot up the chimney, disappearing into the dark Pine Barrens. From that night on, New Jersey was said to be cursed, for the devil had been born, and it was hungry. After its birth, the devil vanished into the wilderness, but it didn't stay hidden for long. The Pine Barrens soon became a place people avoided at night. Strange noises echoed through the trees, screeches that didn't sound like any bird, and heavy wing beats that shook the air. Farmers began to report their livestock slaughtered, with no tracks left behind except bizarre hoofprints that started in the snow and ended suddenly, as if the creature had taken flight. Children whispered of glowing eyes staring from the edge of the forest, and hunters swore they were stalked by something that moved too fast to be human. Even travelers on horseback claimed their mounts would panic and throw them off when they neared certain parts of the Barrens. The deeper you went, the heavier the silence became, as if the forest itself was holding its breath, waiting for the devil to strike. By the 1800s, the Jersey Devil had become more than a whispered tale. It was a terrifying reality. People across South Jersey claimed to have seen it swooping across roads or perching on rooftops. In 1812, even Joseph Bonaparte, the elder brother of Napoleon himself, reported spotting the beast while hunting in Bordentown. He described a winged creature with a horse-like head and piercing scream that haunted him long after. Sailors anchored off the coast told stories of a monster flying over the shoreline, and stagecoach passengers described being chased by something with glowing eyes and beating wings. Each sighting added fuel to the fear. This wasn't a story that could be dismissed. The devil was real, and it was making itself known. In January of 1909, South Jersey was gripped by pure panic. For one entire week, hundreds of people claimed to encounter the Jersey Devil. Newspapers exploded with reports. Policemen fired shots at a winged beast that refused to fall. Trolley cars in Camden were stalked by a screeching creature that sent passengers fleeing, and entire towns locked their doors at night in fear. Strange hoofprints appeared in freshly fallen snow, stretching across rooftops, through fields, and even up walls. Tracks that seemed impossible for any normal animal. Schools closed because children were too terrified to walk outside, and factories reported workers refusing to leave their homes. The devil wasn't just a story anymore. It was terrorizing New Jersey in broad daylight, and the world was finally forced to pay attention. As the decades passed, the Jersey Devil didn't disappear. It evolved into a cultural icon. Locals embraced the legend, even as they feared it. The devil found its way into books, TV shows, and even sports. The NHL team, the New Jersey Devils, proudly carry its name. But behind the pop culture fame lies a chilling truth. Sightings never stopped. From the 1950s to today, people still report winged shadows in the Pine Barrens, guttural screeches piercing the night, and livestock found torn apart with no explanation. Modern skeptics call it folklore, but believers insist it's as real as ever. The legend has survived for nearly 3 centuries, because maybe, just maybe, there's something still lurking in those dark pines, waiting for the next unlucky soul to cross its path. So what do we make of the Jersey Devil? Was it truly the cursed 13th child of Mother Leeds, damned to terrorize the Pine Barrens forever? Or is it nothing more than a centuries-old story, exaggerated by fear and superstition? The evidence is unsettling. Hundreds of people across generations have sworn they saw the same winged, horse-faced creature. Police officers, respected businessmen, and even governors have signed reports describing it in detail. The 1909 hoofprints remain one of the most bizarre mysteries in American paranormal history, tracks that seem to defy physics. Skeptics argue it's folklore, a mix of mass hysteria and mistaken sightings of cranes, owls, or even escaped zoo animals. But believers point to the consistency of the accounts, the intelligent targeting of livestock, and the sheer terror it has instilled in anyone who claims to meet it. Maybe the truth lies somewhere in between, part legend, part reality, stitched together over centuries. But here's one thing that cannot be denied. The Jersey Devil has become more than a monster. It is a symbol of American fear itself, born from the shadows of the Pine Barrens and living on in the minds of anyone who dares to wander too deep into the woods at night. Whether demon, cryptid, or story, the devil endures.